All right. Welcome, everyone. This is 14.1, angles formed by intersecting lines. So let's start off with some key definitions, okay? And then we'll go over the type of angles that are formed when two lines are intersected. What does it mean by intersect or intersecting? When two lines intersect, or when two lines intersecting, or when you are at an intersection. What does that mean? Yes, they're crossing, right? When two lines or when two, we're gonna be dealing with lines. So I'm gonna put lines. When two lines cross, right? Very simple. When two lines cross, they're intersecting, right? When you're at an intersection, right? When you're not when you guys are driving, but when someone's driving and you're at an intersection, yeah. That means when two streets are crossing, right? They're crossing here, right? So that's why it's called an intersection, because they're intersecting. Okay. So when two lines intersect, there's four different types of angles that are created. All right. Let's start with something that you already know. Complement. Complementing or complementary, I should say, angles. What are complementary angles? They are two angles that no. Two angles that no. That make up 90 degrees. Okay? So here I have two lines, or basically two segments that are intersecting, right? A 90-degree angle, we signify it by this box right here. That means 90 degrees. Okay? And then when I make another intersecting ray like this, okay? These two angles here and here equal 90 degrees, right? So angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary angles because the sum, right, equals 90. So if I tell you that measure of angle 1 equals, let's say, 47 degrees, measure of angle 2 equals x. Okay? What is x equal to? 43. X is equal to 43 degrees. The math behind that would be x plus 47 equals 90, right? And you would have to just subtract 47 on both sides. So x equals 43. Okay? Nice, simple, easy. Next one. Supplementary. angles. What are supplementary angles? Two angles add up to 180 degrees. Okay? What is 180 degrees? How do you draw that? A line. So you just draw a line. Okay? There's my line. And here, I'm just going to draw something like this. Okay? So angle 1 and angle 2. Right? They add up to 180, so they are supplementary angles. This is also known as linear pairs. Okay? Also known as linear pairs. When two angles that are on the same line add up to 180. All right? Cool. Okay, those are the first two angles. The next angle, or those are the first three angles actually, because I said linear pairs, right? The next angle, we're going to take some time in explaining, are called vertical angles. Vertical angles are yeah. Like angles that are yeah, they are created when two lines are intersecting. Okay? And they are directly opposite of each other. Okay? So if I just draw an X, right? Those are two intersecting lines. Right? Angle 1, 2, 3, 4. Angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles. Okay? And angle 2 and angle 4 are also vertical angles. Okay, because they're directly opposite of each other. All right? I'm going to give you guys a little activity. What do you guys know about these vertical angles? Answer that question. So the activity was, what else do we know about these vertical angles? We know that vertical angles are congruent. I did not use this word in this class yet. Congruent means equal. Okay? So they're congruent or equal to each other. So I'm gonna get one pair of vertical angles, and I'm gonna informally prove it. Okay, angle 1 and angle 3. Angle 1 is equal or congruent to angle 3. This symbol here, yeah, just means congruent. Okay, like an equal sign with a wavy line on the top. Okay, so I can say, and we did it on the board. I can say here that measure of angle 1, I can say all of these. Measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 2 equals 180 because they are linear pairs, right? They make up this line. I can also say measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 4 equals 180. Again, because they're linear pairs, so I'm going to get all the linear pairs. I'll put it down here. Measure of angle 2 plus measure of angle 3 equals 180. Measure of angle 3 plus measure of angle 4 equals 180. Right? I can say all of these things because they're all linear pairs. Right? Okay. So if I say that, and if I just look at these statements, they all equal 180. Right? So they're all equal to each other. Okay? Since they're all equal to 180, I can say that all of these guys are equal to 180 or equal to each other as well. Okay? So I'm going to take two of them that helps me prove this. I'm going to get measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 2 equals measure of angle 2 plus measure of angle 3. Okay? Measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 2, that's the first line. Measure of angle 2 plus measure of angle 3, that's the third line. Okay, and they're equal to each other. Now notice that if I just do some algebra here, I'm going to subtract measure of angle 2 from both sides. Right? I can do that because we're subtracting the same thing. These two guys cancel out, and these two guys cancel out, leaving me with measure of angle 1 equals measure of angle 3. Okay? That makes sense? Yeah? And this is the type of informal proof that we need. Okay? All right? Train your brain to kind of think this way. When we are doing proofs, or we're never going to use any assumptions. Okay? You're never ever going to say angle 1 is equal to angle 3 because they're perfect. They look like it. Yeah, it does look like it. And yeah, they are. But we're never going to assume that. We have to prove it. Okay? And this is the way you prove it. Okay? By using facts. All right? So what I want you guys to do is use this fact, right? Use this linear pairs to prove measure of angle 2 equals measure of angle 4. Okay? Try and prove that informally. Okay? And that's the lesson for today. See you guys on the next one. Peace. I know.